Hello and welcome to Paint All the Minis challenge time for bases. Alright, so we are putting on a challenge, and in this challenge people are going out of their basing materials stocks and showing how they base their miniatures. Some has shown just on a little base how they do it, and some put miniatures or stuff like that on top of it. Others have gone all out and make big bases where put houses on. And next month is a hero or HQ choice, so you have to go all out on that. But for now, we are looking on the bases, and let's go! Brent Henneberry is up, and he has put on an oval base. Basically, he has put on some grey underneath. Some, what are you gonna call it, rubble, probably using some kind of special effects Games Workshop stuff, putting on that, and some flock on top of that. So it's greys and greens, and as he says, it is nothing overly special, just simple and clean. And Brent, it is effective. It is really looking like this oh, I don't know what it's called, this flying thing for Imperial Guard, Astra Militarium that is flying over this scenery, and it is what it is, and I think it's selling the piece. You want to see the flying ship, not the base. I think maybe, yeah, but it works. That is my point. Brent Henneberry, mission accomplished. John Rolson, alright, he's actually doing something he has never done before. So just look first on how he builds it up. Here you can see goals and trolls sitting on the bases, and he builds them up with some rocks, and then he paints some greens on them and puts on some tufts and put on some more colors and stuff, and putting on more stuff on the bases. And I can actually see he has putting on some green wash here, and that wash, that hexical wash from Games Workshop, is from the 90s, so John Rolson, he has done painting a while, I believe, and then he has his finger crossed, for this is new to him, he says. And he puts on some tape and putting on some what you want to call it, clear acrylics or something like that. And what this does is making a sump base. It's really cool. I really like it. He trimmed off the flash from the water effect, and he has the whole unit looking really cool in this swamp he has made on the bases. I really like the effect. Good sir. Well done indeed. All right. I'm just really happy for that it worked. It's amazing. Alright, so now we have Josh Schaub in here, and he's painting some kind of gargoyle, and he's using a base, and he's debating if it's too big or something. So he actually changes his mind, and he puts on a smaller base, and more happy with that. And what he uses is dry clay that dries in air, and over some cork and hot glue. Then he builds up the colors with browns on cliff, and he has put on some blues down below, like it's in the ocean. And then he puts on more stuff here. I think it is Woodland Scenic. Josh Schaub, I think it's really looking really cool. He have put on tufts, I notice, and really cool stuff like that. And yeah, really happy about the wings that he put on, lighter wings colors on it. And as with me, when he started painting, he can find mold lines on the miniature, and yeah, it's part of the game, I really like this. It's really setting the scene, and I really like that. Yeah, if I should just put one critique, I would put the rims be black around the base, but all around really cool. Jamie McKendry, he does a base for Mantic Drow Warrior, and here you can see it, just a base. And the next picture is actually done, he says. Done with the challenge, I have done it. And Yes, sir, you have. It's really cool. It's a lot of rubble and a green stream of some sort, and water effect on top of it. And what he does next is putting in a miniature on top of that base and just showing how it all blends together. And he interacts with the comments, and that is something I really like to see, you know. And he shows what the products he's using and everything like that. And you know, it's an extra internet cookie from me to you for interacting and talking on how you do stuff, and it's what I really like to see come out of this challenge. It's really cool, and the base look ace, good sir. I really like it. Jamie McHenry, you have done it. Landy Rodriguez, you're up. All right, so let's look at this. He has been cutting out a dwarf, and he was trying to do a new type of basing strategy for his miniatures. And yeah, he's just, you can see he's putting on some, I think it is, I do believe it is kind of a plastic basing here, and some skulls. It's really interesting. This is of course dwarfs for the Blood Bowl team. So and then he put on some gold trims around it, and he putting on some really cool runes. He's using what I can see, like 3-4 colors on the runes, from dark blue to white. It is really cool and effective way to do it, and I really like it. He says it's simple, but you know, you can see a lot of love is pouring down on this miniature, and it's really selling this piece. I really like it, Landy. It is really cool, and who doesn't love dwarves? All right. Alright, so Adam Tyler, he is putting on a base with some foam. It seems like he is you know, using a secto knife and just making it stand out. It is like some kind of pillar shapes on it. It's really cool with sharp edges, and he puts on some foliage on top of that, and the miniature, maybe it's a Trollkin from Hordes, maybe Privateer Press miniature. Really cool, really cool. It's looking like she's pulling the earth up from underneath and using some sorcery to send forward that base. I'm not sure if that was intended, but it looks like it, and I think it's really cool. So let's check out Patrick O'Deill's Warhammer 40k Primaris Space Marines, these scepters. And he literally started with a, you know, bare base here, and he put on mud effect, I do believe from Games Workshop, and then he built it up. It seems like it is actually bits and bobs he has in his bits box, and put his Inceptor on that instead of this clear resin rod you get in the pack. So this is really cool. Instead of him just flying in midair, he's just leaping off some rubble here, and you can see him painting it up. Really cool. And the effect of it all, you know, the base here is just super cool, with blood effect on it and everything like that, weapons and the parchment paper there and everything. So it's going from some you know, chaos rubble here and just ready to rock and roll. I really love the effectiveness of this space, and you know, you can go to town with your miniature with your basing. You don't have to leave it like Games Workshop or other companies want you to do. You can step it up like Patrick O'Deill done here. Well done, good sir. I really like it. Samuel Lachance, he has made a base here, a big base with Tarantella or you know, something arachnophobic kind of a monster here on a base, and he has put on texture paints, I think, and from Games Workshop, the grays, and he has done some dry brushing on top of the grays to bring it out some more, and he put on an axe, I think it is a chaos axe of some sort, and in the distance there I can spot a helmet from the Bretonian kits, so that is really cool. That's for me something cool to watch and look at. The base is kind of minimalistic, but it works, you know. A big spider in the center. It's ready to rock and roll with venom dripping down his talons and everywhere. It's cool. Yeah, it's cool. Joshua Wainhorn, you're on. All right, so let's look at this. So he's starting with a bare base, and he's building it up with cork, and he's putting on some rubble on the base, and then he put on some colors in grays and browns, and that's really cool. And you know what he's putting on that? A cool Games Workshop Chaos Dude with that sword and a bolter on. It's really cool. It's just ready to leap from that and kick ass. And the base with the greens on it, I really like it, and black rim around. Yeah, so good work. Jody Budrio. Alright, he has done a lot of examples here of bases he has made. And what he says himself is that he's using cork, spare bits, paper clips, and evergreen products. He also used happy seppuku, you know, the stamps you can press down on green stuff to make impressions on your bases. And it's all looking really good. He's going to town with weathering, and you know, I really like how it looks. It's really, he really sells the pieces with how the rust looks and the effects of the rhubarb over the concrete, you know, that is only paper clips and cork, but you know, with paint jobs and pigments and imaginations, and probably, you know, you watch on Google, you search up rust or you see in nature how it plays out. It looks really natural, and I really like how he has completed the task. Jody Bordeaux, good work. Thank you for joining us in this basing challenge. So next up is myself. I have on the base I used some Nurgle stuff from Secret Weapon. I tried to copy it with hot glue, and yeah, it failed. So I actually used make more green stuff and made some small sausages to make some maggots. And I insta molded a barrel, and it was really much better than using hot glue to copy for the base. So basically that was what I did, and I dropped some pigments and stuff like that, aka interaction and stuff like that for rust effects. So yeah, if you just ask if you're wondering how I made this Nurgle base, and I will answer it as good as I can. Maybe enough about me. Let's look at some others' base work. Mushta Simsek 1. He has done a really good job here with the rocky look on his bases, and he actually explained everything in the thread. So, you know, just check the link below for details. He's explaining which brands he uses and everything like that. And it's basically cork, but he has gone to town with them with a lot of layering of colors, and he actually layering when he put on the flock, he layering it with greens and yellows to make some transitions there, and I really like the effect. And he put on some tufts, and yeah, it's really great, really good job, Mushta. It's just yeah, inspirational stuff right there. So yeah, good work, good sir, and I recommend everybody to read how he does it, you know, for inspiration. I really like when people put down how they do it. Yeah, I should do it myself as well. Just note behind my ear. All right, let's look at the next one. Next up, we have Pierce Brand, and he has a little treat for us that is big. He makes bases for houses. That is so cool. He makes, you know, out of a board he has here, and made roads out of what seems to be cloth. And he makes flock, and he makes the places where the houses are in brown sand colors. And it's really effective when he puts on everything. It's really cool. It's looking so cool. That board I really would love to play on. It looks cool. I think it is 15mm warfare is going on here, and it's just stunning work, good sir. This is one day I really want to try to play on some boards like this. It's just, as bases go, This has to be the biggest one. It's so cool. Well done, sir. Well done. Justin Bieber, and he is doing a bass for an orc, and it's really cool. Here in the first frame here you can see what he's going to use, and he's using a popsicle, what you call it, rod, to make a sign. It's really cool, and he's chopping up some wheels here, and using a lot of cork, making it rubble, looking at it like rubble, and it's really cool, really effective, and he's going to town with sand and stuff like that too. It's really, he has a really good, what do you want to call it? He has a good fantasy to put all it together, and even a little skull there, and some rhubarb and stuff like that, and weapons on the base. And I really like the base. It's really cool, and it's really cool. He's putting a brown rim around the base. Me personally, I like it black, but to frame it. If you have all your armies with the brown base, of course you're going to do that. And it's differentiating your stuff from the others. So, anyways, my opinion. I really like it. I just really cool and really epic looking orc there is. It's so cool. He's going to bring on the hurt. Good job on the base. And the face. Look at that face. That angry face that only the mother can love. But the base is all about the base. Alright. Kim Skelton is up. Basing is my jam, she says. And she has some really, really cool Tyranids here. And she has some really cool basing effects. She used resin to submerge lily pads, and it's cut individually from fish tank decoratives, and she has written down how she does it, and it's so much really cool stuff here. And she's also using Woodland Scenic Surface Water to use this running effect on one of these Tyranids, and it's really cool. It's party for the eyes, and it's so much. It's so much cool stuff here. She's also made a sense crystal base, and had some. It's just really cool. Yeah, it's really cool. It's mind-blowing cool. You can see by the pictures here. It's super well done, Kim Skelton. You have done a lot of basing this month. I'm just really happy we can see this feast for the eyes. Thank you. Will Grant. Alright, so he started with the army painted basing materials, and he used 2 types of aquarium rocks. And how do I know this? He has written so in his pictures. I really like it. Next up, he has primed it gray. Then he added some red to these bases and more colors on it, yellows and orange. And then he added glaze, dry brushes the stone, and finished. So, and then he just put on the miniatures on the bases, and the effect is stunning. They are on some lava bases, and it is a really cool effect. I really like it, and I really like how Will Grant has explained how he does it. It's easy to follow, I think, and that cutting mat he has used as a palette. He can sell it for abstract art when he's finished with it and make millions, I believe. It's really looking cool, that too. But the bases, I really like the bases, and really good effect, and a really quick one to do. Just follow the easy steps Will Grant shows you. Alright, next up is Dan Adam, and every size matters in this base challenge competition, and you can see here he's using from the starter set of Bolt Action, this terrain piece where it is in fact a house that is a ruin, and it puts it on a plate of some sort. And here you can see he has gone to town with flux. He had put down first of all browns underneath, and some stone and rubble and stuff like that, and over that he has used different colors of flux and leech, and he has gone to town with it with tree thingy coming out of the ruin and everything like that. And it's really looking torn and worn house, and I really like this effect of you know, it's being some kind of you know, tanks or something standing here and making these tracks in the grass. Really cool. I really like it. It's a terrain base that you can watch over and over and find new details on. So well done, Dan Adam. I really like it. Whew, so that was a lot of entries to this basing challenge, and really thank you everybody for joining in this challenge. And now it's just time to, you know, decide who wins this round. And I have to say, my criteria is creativity, and you know, the basis looks good. And if you are going in with tutorial and telling what products you use and stuff like that, everything like this helps the total of my judgment call. So it was a hard thing to decide, but with this deciding tools in my shed, I have decided on Musta Simsek Guan. I hope I didn't butcher your name or anybody else's name. You have one. Anyways, you have one. That is so amazing that what you have put in this challenge and how you are interacting with people that ask you questions and everything, and you know, sums it up to you are the one and only winner. We all are winners because we have made awesome bases, you know, but you are the super winner. Okay, thank you all, and remember, next one is the hero choice or HQ choice. Start painting on it soon, you know, have it not painted at all, like if this was a hero like so, and then you can go and put out some paint on it. Till next time, everybody, have a good one. Thank you all for watching.